CFG GameCast, episode number 138, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Fridays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, and with me today, I am with my single co-host. Lex has had to go out for the day, so I am now talking to the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, let's just take a look and make sure that we get a full view of this while Lex is rocking and rolling here in the background. Things have been well. It was a busy week. I got a super busy week next week, but I did find out earlier today that LAN Parties was nominated for the podcast awards, I want to say, in a category. Yeah, so that's super awesome. Other than that, I've been keeping it relatively chill. It's been kind of crazy, like I said, work-wise. So, and I've got some stuff next week coming up, so my focus has been there. I did go back. You'd be proud of me. I did go back and play a little Sifu here earlier in the week. I did not get any. I did get further, but I was like 60 something by the time I got to level 3, and I was like, nope. So, dude, the game is ridiculous. I don't know why I can't. I'll be doing great, dude, and I'll have one moment, and it just completely all falls apart, and I'm just like, no, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'll just reset it. It was no. Yeah. Dude, I got on some Dynasty Warriors 6 the other day, too, and I forgot how hard that game is. I could not get past the first level of the campaign that I'm trying to do. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Dynasty Warriors 6 is hard? I don't remember. To be honest with you, it's been forever.
It wasn't really, I don't know. I cannot figure out what the strategy is, and I keep getting overrun, even though, I'm kicking their butt, but then they'll come from the other side and end up getting to my general. I'm just like, oh, I got to get back, and, it's a mess. It's a mess. So, but no, other than that, though, things have been great. We just finished up with Vegas Inferno and the Starlight Children's Foundation. We just finished that up. Yesterday was our last day raising funds. We ended up getting to a little over $4,000, which is going to be benefiting the Summerlin Hospital out here in Las Vegas, bringing some gaming machines out here for kids and their families and stuff like that to use while they're in the hospital. So super proud and very thankful and ever grateful to the folks that donated, and then we donated as a community as well. So it's been fantastic, man. How about yourself, brother?
Oh man, it's been going good. I've been a little busy this week. Once again didn't stream as much as I wanted to. Actually, I'll take that back. I didn't stream at all. But so I've been a little bit busy trying to take care of some other stuff and everything. So we've been messing around with a lot of things with Amazon, with Prime Videos, because Prime Video, it's actually Prime Videos reached out to us and wanted us to do something different, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, so because there's some comic book series that are going to be that's coming over, rendering into live action series that's happening in the summer. There's a big one that's coming here soon that they reached out to us. So it's really cool that they reached out, and then they knew who we were.
That's awesome
for it. So yeah, so looking forward to doing that. Stay tuned on that. But then I realized 2 big expansions came out that I cared about. There were 3, but technically I said no on the other one, but there's 2 ones. First one, Cuphead DLC out today.
Oh, that's right.
It's officially out today. So it's only $7. So I'm not expecting a ton of add-on, but man, this is a game that I haven't played in 3 years. So, and anything Cuphead, okay, I'm sold. You can do whatever you need for me to play it. So got that. I also picked up Monster Hunter Rise Daylight or whatever, Sunrise as well. Been going ham on that. just been having a fun time, man. Just messing around, just killing some random monsters. I think I'm going to stream DLC though, the Cuphead
nice.
DLC, because it's always people just getting me mad. Well, I remember playing the first run of that, and how crazy and fun I was just yelling at work and stuff, like at the screen and stuff. So it really did work me. It worked me up. Have you ever beaten Cuphead, Smitty?
Dude, I've never even played Cuphead. I refuse to do it.
Why?
Because, dude, I've seen people rage on that game, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
It's not that bad. It's really not that bad of a game.
I don't know. It does not look enjoyable to me at all. It just looks like a pain, and it looks frustrating, and it just looks like a game that I would start playing, and eventually I would just never pick up again.
Do you like Contra?
I do like Contra, yes.
That's what basically Cuphead is.
Nah, dude. Except for it's got the crazy art and all that. Nah, dude. I've seen it, man. Like, yeah, there's so much going on the screen. I'm like, oh, I couldn't keep up with that. I can't keep up with that.
Oh my god. Oh,
I don't know.
You're just breaking my heart, Smitty. Come on. You just gotta like you know, it's why I always wanted a 2-player on that one. I've been playing that one by myself. Yeah,
I didn't realize it had 2-player.
Yeah, it's multiplayer.
Oh.
It's now 3 players.
Oh.
With the DLC. So yeah, you should definitely check that out. Like, well, have you played Ninja Turtles yet?
No, I have not played that either, dude.
How? What the hell, dude?
I don't know, man.
What's going on?
Nobody. I don't know. I don't know. I just never picked it up. I just haven't picked it up. I mean, at this point in time, like it's like I've got so many games, and I'm literally sitting at the computer being like, what am I gonna play tonight? Like I end up like not playing anything. I just sit there looking at what I have to play. It's so actually I've been playing a little bit of Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Never Die, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's been fun because I never got to play them as a kid. So this is the first one I'm ever playing.
There was a good reason for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if the kid was able to play Leisure Suit Larry at 7 or 8 years old, then yeah, then they would be, I won't say scarred, but they'd be the luckiest son of a gun ever. But anyway,
yeah.
But anyway, I know y'all don't want to be talking about our favorite gun runs and stuff, games that we like to play as a kid. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion within the world of video games of in the previous week. The topic would or could be about a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on twitch.tv/CFG Games, to be a part of the conversation. So by all means, if there's something that you want to chime in about what we're talking about, type it inside the chat. We would love to talk about it amongst friends here, and we will definitely have a real good old time. So let's start this off with Smitty.
Yeah, this is a follow-up. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier in the year or like last year, but it is officially here now. The new Samsung TVs with their gaming hub went live today, and boy, oh boy, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get a Samsung TV at some point in time, dude. This allows you, so with the Samsung TVs, mind you, it's the 2022s and anything newer or what will be coming out. Anything older than that, I do not believe it supports the gaming hub. So keep that in mind. But this now gives us access to, number one, Xbox. And if you're a Game Pass person, you can play your games from Xbox using their cloud gaming directly on the TV. No console needed. GeForce Now is a part of this. If you've messed around or looked at GeForce Now at all, GeForce will take the collection that they have licenses for and they're working with, and they basically take all your games from your different platforms and put them into their system, into their cloud gaming. So then, and they have different tiers. They have a free tier, but you're like limited on like sessions. You have unlimited sessions, but the sessions last an hour. So like essentially you have to relog into a session every time. You pay for the tier, and then that goes up to like 6 hours a session. It's kind of weird. But
I don't like that. But
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And I don't know how that works as far as interruptions getting into their service. But I mean, I think in their lowest tier is I want to say it's like $3.99 or $4.99. It's relatively low, but it'll take the things that are in your library that work with them, and you can then play via cloud again off your Samsung TV. It's also going to support Stadia. Which I don't really care about that. We know how I feel about that. I know how
You love it. You have a
No,
Stadia t-shirt and everything.
Yeah. And they
You threw one of your
say,
systems away.
yeah, they say coming soon. They're going to be bringing Luna, which I do subscribe to Luna as well. Excuse me. And that's actually been a rather positive cloud gaming experience that I've had. It's been one of the best experiences that I've had cloud gaming wise has been Luna. So it's here. The app launched today. So I'm really and again too you basically just need a Bluetooth controller, so you don't even have to have like an Xbox controller. You can use PlayStation, you can use Luna has a controller, anything that connects via Bluetooth. Again, I haven't seen exactly, and it looks like there's not much lag behind it. So I'm curious to see what that lag actually feels like. And when I'm playing on Luna, like I don't feel the lag or anything like that. It's pretty responsive when it comes to me hitting a trigger and it doing the action that I'm trying to get it to do. And then there's one more thing I was going to say. The only thing that I've noticed, and I don't know as far as these TVs go, I'm guessing you're going to want it to be hardline in, so I would say look for that. Make sure that it's got a port for that, because
you always want to have your TVs hardlined in, with Ethernet connection. Never want to do wireless.
Like there's a lot of people that do wireless though with their TVs, and it's like, look, man, like your TV box is now, that's your media player. That thing's got to be hardline in if you want to maximize your speeds and the best experience.
Okay, I live in an apartment. And everything is hardline. Like it doesn't matter what. Like even my Switch is hardlined. All my consoles are hardline, and like PCs, everything. I have a 24 port Switch, network switch to connect all that stuff. You always want to connect them hardline.
Yeah,
it's just, no.
Exactly. Well, so I looked. I pulled up Amazon just to see what some of these 2022 models look like, and they are, I'm not gonna lie, they are pricey. They are pricey for some of the, especially some of these bigger like QLED 75 inches, $3,000. So I'm guessing though, the more as this technology emerges and more people buy it, the prices will start coming down for some of those bigger TVs. I mean, this one here is 43 inches and it's $500. So like that is reasonable. I'd love to have a bigger screen, but like if you're gonna get a bigger screen, you're gonna be paying that premium for sure. I mean, this 55 inches is $1,800. Like that's crazy.
What you're looking at, what you gotta look at, you gotta look at the grade, because like if it's a Q90 or if this is what sucks about this, because I literally went through all this process when I was finding my TV. The thing that you're buying is processing power. So the low end TVs are usually the ones that start like the ones that are around $300 to $400 are usually the ones that are like about 60, like a Q60.
That's
Q50
exactly what this is. Like Q60B.
Yeah. So like now, if you're going into the Q90 tiers, Q90 is their flagship TVs. So that's their like high end TVs. Because like I have a Q90 65 inch Samsung. But it's from 2020, so it's an older one, and that costs $2,500. But like all the other, you can get a budget line TV towards it. It's just the bells and whistles that come inside of it. It's just like a car with all the features. Which, by the way, Dog says for only $4.99 you can play games you already own. so for Smitty's case, that is very true.
It's all about convenience and ease of access. If that means I don't have to like box myself into being in this room by myself, you know what I mean? Or I could be out where the family is and pop on a game. Like I could see myself utilizing it and not only that, but then being able to play games as a family too. It's not really reasonable to have them come up here and do that. To be able to just have it on a TV and be like, all right, let's go to blah, 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 and connect another controller. And now we've got, you know what I mean? And we're sitting there playing it. Like,
No, it's
to me
justifiable. I
is,
think it's
yeah.
well. I think personally, there's two questions I have here. Well, because for me, I always like to play on the best. So because like when you're playing no, well, I don't mean that in a cocky way. The way I'm saying it is like I'm saying like if I want to play PlayStation 5, I want to play PlayStation 5 directly connected to the system and then play it through there directly because I can get native 4K,
Right.
like 4K resolution and stuff like that directly connected to the system. You said that the way that this is working is that it's going to be cloud based, so obviously it's not the TV that's doing the work. It's more like it's doing the connectivity via the Xbox, the Azure servers that Microsoft has,
Right.
which is fine. But there's a limitation of that streaming because I think the best resolution that you can get is 720. Am I right? Or can you get higher than that?
I don't know. Well, that's something that I haven't really and I need to look into that. I didn't see anything in this article as far as like what the specs were for this. I could probably do a quick search and see what that's about.
Because that's where that question would come. Like, is it worth you spending that kind? Now, situational wise, like you're saying, you have kids, and you definitely have a room specifically for when you do your work on streaming, which makes sense why you would want to get another TV, but you don't want to buy another system for it separately. You could just usually that would be the perfect ideal situation. It's like you just connect it to your your Xbox account, and then boom, you're right there playing Xbox games downstairs with no problem, which is freaking awesome. But like for me, like this is I have a personal issue with Samsung TVs itself. Samsung has a gorgeous televisions, but my problem is the apps, man. I have an issue with like an issue with specifically how the apps itself just like for instance like Samsung doesn't have Crunchyroll or High Dive or any of the or like some of these other third party outside apps that like I would love to have, but but like I have to use my phone to screen share to put it on my television, which I mean it's not like, I mean, it's first world problems, but I mean it's like but
it's annoying though. Yeah,
it's a little annoying, you know. So like I think that like with those kind of situations, I don't know if it's enough for me to say I want to get this thing. I think this is a great idea that Samsung has with the gaming hub. I think it should be perfect if they incorporate this more with it. But man, I just think, but like I just can't. This is definitely not for me. I would say. Dust says, "Can I play Raid Shadow Legends on it?"
That is, yes. I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would work. I don't think so, dude. They've got their own thing, man. Yeah, I'm not really finding
Type the code. God damn it, Dust to look free. Yeah, yes.
I'm not seeing anything on the specs on it though. Like I can't find anything saying like what it streams, like how it streams, and any of the stats that are associated with that. I don't know. So like, I kind of feel like well, you know, I don't know, because I don't even know what their infrastructure would look like.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I would probably go to xCloud directly. I don't know about GeForce Now, but that's the one thing that's going to be sure the limitations on how that is, because then your other limitation is how good your upload stream is going. Your upload is going to be from the servers that it's pulling from. It has to be connected consistently, you know. So like to do it to have a good streaming service. So the real thing is, Samsung, you listen to our show. Just give us a TV so we just mess around with it.
Test it. We gotta test it for ourselves.
We gotta test it, for science, essentially. But like overall, like I want, like that's the biggest thing is like how good is this hub is where it comes down with the tech. I mean, I don't know if we're quite there technologically, but like if it's there, oh, that would be a good option to have. I really would be rooting for it and watch Sony decide to have one on their Sony TVs, but still.
I mean, in all realness though, this isn't a need, this is a want. And I would rather wait like a year or so and let those TV prices come down, because I'm the same way. If I'm going to get something, I want to get a higher quality version. We want to get a bigger TV for that living room space anyway. So it's like I don't want to skimp out on anything. If I'm going to drop the ducats, I'd rather it be something that's solid and I'm going to get, my bang for my buck and it's going to last a while. Right. Also too, there may be better options here like a year from now, and those prices could drop and then make it a lot more affordable. So I would rather wait. It's not something that I absolutely need. Again, I have all kinds of other things. We have Luna, so we're not hankering towards like, oh yeah, I gotta have this like right now. This is a wait and see, but this is definitely something that got me excited. I love Luna, dude. Like Luna is, dude. I played. My big test was playing. What was that? What was that one game where you hack in and like you can like get people to be on your
Watch
team?
Dogs?
Yes. I played that one primarily I beat the whole game on the cloud.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I played basically that whole game because I was like, oh, it taps right in. I'm just gonna, instead of sitting in front of the computer, I'll just do it from the bedroom. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was. I've had a great experience with Luna and its cloud gaming.
Okay, yeah, because I've never tried Luna, but which, by the way, I will say this, on Amazon Day or whatever it is, I think it's coming soon. I think it's next week. The Luna controller is half off, so keep that in mind.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, so there you go. So it's like $30 instead of $60. So there you go. But I think overall, what? No, I'm sorry. What?
Sorry, I was like, yeah. So what I did was I got my data controller and I had logged in on his TV, so he has access to play games on Luna.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah. So no, I mean, I think, like I said, I think a gaming hub is great. I just need more information exactly for it. And I need to see exactly, I mean, any way I look at it, it wouldn't be the way that I would play a game personally. This would be a good thing to be like, if you have another person like in a different room that you have another television, you'll be like, okay, here you go. Instead of buying a whole, rigmarole of equipment just so he has access to play your games. It's like, no, then instead you just have a controller or a Luna controller and just say, here, have fun. It's like, this has a gaming hub. You're fine. Right. That'd be ideal. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's definitely a thing. Yeah, Kitsner says another. Oh no, sorry, I think it's just from the previous one. But yeah, so we'll see. The rank, but I bet you this gaming hub is definitely going to jack the price up a little bit. Even on the baseline TVs are probably going to go up a little bit because of the access to this thing.
And that's something that I haven't seen anything about. Is there a price point to having the gaming hub, or does the gaming hub just come with these new TVs? Like, why then couldn't they just do like an update or something like that? You know what I mean? So it's like, it makes me wonder what kind of internally they had to do in order to make it work. You know what I mean? With these TVs specifically.
It says on all 2022 televisions.
Right. But saying I have a 2021 Toshiba, or not Toshiba, I'm sorry, Samsung.
I have a 2021 Lighthouse TV.
Why the hell's it on there? I need answers to these questions.
With two Sega Genesis, controllers and a copy of Comic Zone. Yes, would it work still? I'm sorry. Wow.
Good Lord.
No, it obviously will not work. I don't think. I think we're SOL when it comes to that. I just find it funny though. The biggest thing is just unfortunately we weren't expecting some kind of thing on this, but still it's a start. I think like this is the first gen. This is the first gen of this kind of new this kind of new technology. So we'll wait. We'll just wait till they perfect it, and hopefully it may rub on other companies like LG, Sony, and stuff. So hopefully LG, because LG is the television I'm looking at when I move. Like I've been looking at the. Yeah, I already know I already know exactly the TV I want when I move out of my when I move to my house. So yeah, so we'll see if it's in the budget. In the budget. So, yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Yes, well there you go. Cool. Check it out. If you have a Samsung TV, please let us know and tell us what you think and what your experience is on it. That'd be great. So as for me, it's my turn. So I want to talk a little bit about Diablo Immortal, everyone's favorite game of the year contender. So, so recently, okay. So like, I don't know if you know about me. I do not respect phone gaming. I hate phone gaming with a passion.
You're gonna be real upset when you find out I've been playing Marvel Strikers.
I already know you've been playing Marvel Strikers. I know you've been playing Marvel Strikers. I just don't. I don't care. It's it's that whole quote was just aggravating. Dude's like, do you not have phones? Yeah, but yeah. So like, it's just like the problem is not okay. Well, the problem is the games on it, but the problem the problem of the conception of being a successful game in the gaming market or in the mobile market is how much money how much money it can be taken, like, you know, how much money can it consistently always generate. So games are not being built to finish a story 9 times out of 10, not all games, but most games in it isn't built for a story or a beginning or end, but more like a cash grab. You have to use progression to, like, you're not doing progression, you're rather just it's just pay to win for virtually everything that you're doing. This is exactly so when Diablo Immortal was first came out, or was first officially announced, was back in 2018 at BlizzCon. People were already disappointed as it is. But it's been in the works. What 2022? 4 years later.
Yeah.
It released like 2 weeks ago. It was like so people were messing around with it. Like 25 million people downloaded the game to give it a shot, tried it out, and like I almost tried it out because I love Diablo. I have always been a Diablo fan when I was growing up. So this was really something I was going to go see. Was going to try out anyways. But then with all the stuff that was happening with Activision Blizzard, I decided nope, I'm staying away. But a lot of people have tried it out, and then they finally got it out, and the biggest issue of it is the incredibly aggressive microtransaction paywalls that are in this game. Now I was thinking that this game wasn't really built for the US, but rather I think this is being more built for China itself, because it's pending. It's going to be eventually released in China, which China plays those games religiously, like those kind of games religiously when it comes to this kind of thing. But for me, like, I like just to be number one in this game, like to be number one on PvP and stuff like that, you have to open up your wallets. I mean, you could do it naturally, but it could take forever. And when I mean forever, they've estimated that to max out to get the best gear in this game can take 10 years if you did not pay a single cent of anything in this game. If you're wanting to pay for the full max stuff in the season, they've already estimated that it could take up to $549,000 per the season, just to pay to win for the max stuff. So I in my opinion though, from what I've gathered, the game looks pretty would be pretty solid without the paywalls, obviously. But because of this paywall, these microtransactions and stuff to try to get yourself the highest gems or the highest quality gems and stuff like that, it just perverses the game and itself to a point that most like big people are dropping this game already. This is the second week this game is already out, and there's I forgot the name of the group that is known for Diablo builds and stuff like that. There's a website that all they do is Diablo builds and stuff. They even announced that they're officially dropping it because the microtransactions make it virtually impossible to keep up with the process to be accurate on this stuff, and it's just time consuming. It's just time consuming for no reason. This is and mind you, the way the game works is a little different than what regular Diablo 3 worked, which was basically you had to go through the arena, you fought the monster, and you fought the monster of the stage, and then you progress through the story. In this one, it's like you're inside the dungeon, then eventually you kill enough to release the boss, you kill the boss, and then it's back to square one again. It's really terrible when it comes to this kind of thing. To be honest with you, Path of Exile, I think, has some of the best like battle scenes when it comes to that kind of thing, but this one just seems really kind of dry. Felt really kind of dry for the most part. But the biggest issue is, like I said, it's just the money that you have to put into. This is a direct money pit that most people is being turned off on this game. That it's basically becoming DOA already over here on our side until whatever they're going to do. But this the reason why I kind of put this as my topic is this is the exact example, because we weren't talking that long ago about why I don't respect mobile games, is because they feel like it needs to be necessary, that it needs to be consistently be generating money to a point that the game, that the game is just not fun for me to play, because I know that there's no ending to it. It's just a time sink that that they're wanting to just say, hey, you want to play some more? Put some ducats inside here, and you can, that kind of situation. Like, I understand paying $60 for a game is there, but if the game is complete, you can eventually just say, hey, it was worth the 30 hours or whatever it took me for me to play and finally beat it and stuff like that, yeah. So like I was just thinking, I was like, man, this is just the exact reason why I hate mobile gaming when it comes to this kind of deal. So let's see, what'd you say, Dust? Let's say, not gonna lie, I put around 40 hours into this game. It was great playing through the campaign. Shockingly, the PvP was amazingly fun, but as soon as you hit max level and start the end game, super pay to progress. Yeah, and I mean that's what I'm like, unfortunately worried. Like, it's sad about. Like right now, I bet you PvP during this kind of deal is just that. I think that when you're doing end game PvP, you have to pay to win. There's no way that you can compete with natural progression at that point. And I think that's just some BS in my opinion. Itself. So I'm sorry, what were we gonna say, Smitty?
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is a game that I want to play, but I will not play a pay to win game. I can't do it. And here's the part that makes me really nervous is that I guarantee too they're going around saying we made X amount of dollars after the first week, and that's the story. That's and this is where there's this weird, there's that weird just non-mixture of business and the gaming culture and community, and where they take advantage of that, and this is just straight a money grab. And it's absolutely disgusting. But of course, they made money. People, they got the download numbers. People dropped a ton of ducats in, even just testing how much money they're going to take. Who put in $500,000 to get max, dude? Who did it?
Oh, no. They're estimating that's what it is. I don't think that someone actually did it. Okay. Yeah, if they did, that would be freaking insane. Somebody put down like 15,000. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yep. And I it's totally valid, because like even with Marvel Strikers, like you get to a point, like there's the cosmetic stuff. I don't mind cosmetic stuff, having that stuff. Okay, fine, no problem. But when it comes into, buy this thing so you can get these extra shards, so then you can get this character, it's like, like I can grind and get shards through like orbs or this and that, and like
other things, but like the fact that there's that easy, like, oh, get 50 shards of 4 different characters for $5, and it's like, ooh, that's awfully tempting. It's like, oh damn, like my question too is, so is it similar then, because this is also on PC, correct? Is it similar, or does it play out differently on PC?
No, it plays exactly the same. It's just it allows you to play on PC the game on your PC.
That's it. So it's all
that's it.
Okay.
Which I find very ironic, because like if anyone's playing Diablo Immortal on your PC and they don't want to play Diablo 3 or Diablo 2, the remake, the recent remake and stuff, y'all are just then you need to be then fine, just let it drain your money, because at that point, because it's just like it doesn't make sense like why you would be playing this one of all the other ones, like all the other chances, the opportunities. That means that you can play Diablo on your PC, but you choose not to play the other Diablos. It's like, okay, that's just stupid. Which I really hope and assume that's not the case, though. I mean, even with a bad PC, you can still play the original Diablo or Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is not that graphics heavy, so that would be on you at that point. Right. And then I hate the argument that people give me saying like, oh, well, if you're not a Diablo fan, or if you don't normally play games, it's just there casually. I'm like, dude, I can understand playing Peggle or Angry Birds or stuff like that for a casual play. Mm-hmm. But if you're playing Diablo like on your phone like that, there's a level of like
not casually playing.
You're not casually playing.
Actively playing.
Exactly.
I play AFK games. This game, you would have to actively be doing things in order to play it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I've really kind of thought that. I was like, that's kind of a weird excuse to put. I mean, because like that's not. Yeah, you're like, cause there's a lot of stuff that you're doing on your own that not just a normal person that would be able to just casually just jump in and just say, okay, let's go do this. So I have like 10 minutes. Let's go have fun. No, this one is actually very detailed oriented towards this, and I just think that's just a cop out towards when people say that. It's like, no, you are actively in this game, so don't say that you're not not that you're just playing just to pass the time. It's like, hell no. But right. So I think that overall, like, Diablo Immortal is just it's a slap in the face, in my opinion. Like, I just think that it was a terrible idea. It was a terrible idea back in 2018. I'm surprised that they had 25 million downloads on the game itself. Probably they got it because of the name recognition. But seeing the amount of people that are dropping off on this game is just like exactly what was expected.
Not surprising.
Yeah, the score is just going down and down and down on this, which is weird. Which some of them, I mean, like I said, it's very subjective, but some of them, some people are enjoying the game. But then I kind of want to ask, like, were you playing before the beta build when they added these paywalls and stuff, and then you just stopped at that point? Because this is not a fun game with those paywalls at all,
right?
At all. And don't get me wrong, I think that people, I think games can do successful paywalls, but if you do an aggressive paywalls, like for instance, Battlefront 2 was one of the most aggressive paywalled games that was on regular consoles and PC, and it was a shame because that game was actually not bad. But right. They until Disney decided to put their foot down and said, take those paywalls off and or reduce it down, then people were like, okay, yeah, it had a niche of fans on it. Right. Now you can't do that on Diablo Immortal, but like, I'm just saying that what y'all implemented in this is way too aggressive for what you're trying to get out of it, and I'm not a fan of. I think I'm just not a fan of it. Now I already have a bias in it because, like I told you, I don't respect mobile gaming, but right. Still. It's just but this is exactly why this is like a poster board child of exactly what I'm talking about, because like the game itself, play Diablo 3. Diablo 3 isn't even the perfect game, but it is still a good game, and it's still like something that you can pay $20. You get the same exact freaking experience on this. You could do whatever the hell you're wanting to do, what you're doing in Immortal, but you can do it for free comparatively for like the $20 that you're putting in on this, and you're going to have a good time, and you can play online and do it and stuff like this. But I just don't understand. I don't understand this game at all, which really is like, it's just a head scratcher completely to me. So
I feel like they can be a lot more egregious with mobile gaming than they are traditional gaming, whether it be PC or console. And they don't even try, like, they didn't even try to hide this. They just outright were like, well, yes, we need money and we'd like your money. If you want to get good at this game, give us your money.
They really did a horrible job on hiding it completely, like you said, because it's just like, it just doesn't make any like a sense. Like it's like
it's ridiculous. Like, come on. It's ridiculous, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, that corporate world where like there is absolutely no respect for it, and they are taking a well-renowned, I feel, IP and just completely crapping all over the fans and the supporters of it. And they're like, here's some hot garbage for you. We're going to use the name, but this ain't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just disrespectful, I feel, in so many levels. And to have somebody come up on stage and try to pass that off, like, people weren't going to be like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, this is trash. It's crazy. Yep. And there goes my camera.
Oh, of course, classic.
It's because my light fell. But yeah, no, that's fine. This is one, again, I have zero support towards and for this. It's unfortunate that it literally has come to this with them, and hopefully, again, that I feel bad for fans of Diablo series, because I've got no horse in the race. I've never played a single Diablo. I think I own a couple too. But I've never played one. So like, I'm just like, but I've heard great things about them. So to see that they would do something like this and just throw it out, not only throw it out, but so arrogantly be like, yeah, we understand. We don't care. Give us your money. It's just, it just shows, I feel, a level of disrespect to their fandom.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a blemish. I guess we'll see how it's going to be on when 4 comes out next year, I guess. But I just think that this has already been dead. This is dead to me a long time ago. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
for sure.
All right, Smitty, why don't you close us off?
Yeah, so we're going back to Cali. Nah, I'm just playing. Speaking of companies that are duping people and whatnot, and this was prompted. We talked about this. Outriders, yeah. World Slayer. I think we talked about this like last week or the week before that. I couldn't. Yeah. Or it was either on here or it was on a different podcast. But I talked about it. I know I talked about it, or maybe it was just a stream or something like that. But yeah, because I was just like, they announced this and with that $40 price tag, I was like, what is going on, man? Like, this can't be. Like, number one, that's just crazy to think that they thought that they can get away with a $40 price tag on this DLC. The first thing is that, and I don't know if you guys have played it or not, but the gameplay of Outriders is a ton of fun. You get to the end game and there's not a whole lot to do. The replayability is not there. There's all kinds of great loot to still get, but it's like you have the same activities to choose from to use it, which got very stale and boring. When this game came out, this was a last minute Game Pass edition, and as of and maybe it's changed, but as of like a month or a couple months ago, the game hasn't made. They're still in the red. So it hasn't even made a profit. So my thoughts were that's where they come up with this $40 price tag for this DLC. However, from our experience from the original game, I was not confident in this game being able to deliver experience, and certainly not an experience that's worth $40. And the reviews have started coming out now, and it ain't looking good.
Uh-oh.
Dust can tell you straight from experience. The man purchased the DLC, saw some reviews, and ended up putting it. He refunded it before playing it. But that was my whole thing. There never seemed to be that they were adding enough. The campaign outright, it was okay. It was good. Mm-hmm. I was intrigued, but I was not that invested to where I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to get more of the campaign and more of the story from this. The story for it was just okay. Nothing crazy. It was the gameplay and the looting and stuff that was a lot of fun with this. Just not enough of this. We know that when they first came out with this game, they said, number one, it wasn't going to be live service. Number two, they said that they weren't sure if there was going to be any more content after the original drop. We want to see what people's responses is. And they treated this game like a live service game, number one, because they were making changes, doing nerfs to guns, this and that. And it's like, wait a second, dude, like this game was not supposed to be live service, but they certainly are treating it like it is, which was crazy. And it was doing weird, wonky things and stuff like that. Then we had this
It should have been. It should have in the first place been treated as live service.
It absolutely should have, and that's what I'm saying. Like from what we've experienced from the original drop, I felt like this game out the gate had an identity crisis. It didn't know what it wanted to be. It had the fundamental things for a specific genre of a game. Absolutely looting and shooting. The pew's good. The looting's good. It just wasn't enough content to be able to do that. And it should have been a live service game where they had things built out, different activities. I think that was a huge mistake on their part, pretending like it wasn't going to be, then doing it anyway, but not doing enough stuff. We've seen other games also struggle from this issue. Destiny, when it first came out, there wasn't enough stuff to do. You get to a certain point and it's just like, well, what am I grinding for? This is boring. That eventually built out. The Division, same thing happened with the Division. I felt like the Division didn't get really good until like that 0.8 update, where they added a bunch of great things and like they got it to a really solid spot. And then when they went into the Division 2, they took everything great about Division 1, brought that into Division 2, and that thing was solid out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a huge mistake on their part doing this, and I just did not have enough of an investment. Reviews are coming out. They're saying like 5-6 hours of campaign content, new weapons, different ways to do builds. And it's just not enough. It's not enough for me. That to me is not, it doesn't, number one, it doesn't solve the problem. You're going to end up running through all the stuff, and then you're going to get back to the same point that you were at beforehand. There's not enough to do. There's still a ton of loot to get, but I don't have enough varying activities to keep my interest. So
what about like the story wise, like that they added to the expansion? Like how long was there a good story that was added to the world with this expansion?
That's what I'm saying. Like 5 or 6 hours of campaign, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, which isn't, I mean, that's just not, it's not enough to justify $40 to me, dude. Like you may be doing changes and stuff like that, but those changes, again, they were already doing it as a live service game. A lot of those changes to the systems and stuff like that, they could have patched that stuff in over time. This to me is them trying to sell this BS campaign story, which is not worth $40, and they're trying to turn a profit and make this money because Game Pass ended up hurting them more than it did benefiting them. And just how they did things.
Guns? Like, what did they add in this that kind of justifies
all kinds of exotics and stuff like that? Definitely new loot and stuff, which is great. But again, what's the point of having new loot when there's not enough activities for me to use the new loot?
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Yeah,
That was my whole
they really kind
problem
of
with the original drop. I was like, this is
they really
great. There's
screwed
still more
themselves over.
loot to get and different builds to acquire, but like I'm just running the same things. And we thought the Eye of the Storm was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be that mega event, dude. And we ran through it and we burned that, and he was like, all right, well, I guess that's it.
Wow, that's see, like
Less than
so
5 hours. Less than
so
5 hours.
the thing that's killing it is basically its own is that it doesn't have an identity. Essentially,
Right.
that's what it sounds like. Because like, well, when I saw that this was going to be $40, I was like, that's steep. Like I thought that was a steep price, but then again, I thought $40 was the price for the full game and the expansion. And if you wanted the expansion, which is a weird one, was like $35, which is like $5 off. So you're telling me that the expansion itself is $35, and you're getting the game for $5 more? It's like
Ridiculous.
it's kind of it's a little still pricey in my opinion. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what, I mean, Outriders, when I did play it, it was a fun at the time when I was leveling up, it was fun. But now I'm at endgame, and endgame is just like, you know, do these scenarios. Thank God they got rid of that time mode from it, because that was really annoying. But yeah, do these scenarios and so on. So if they're not gonna expand from that, then there's absolutely no reason why you would want to play this game again. Because like, I didn't have a fun time just keep on doing the same things over and over again. It's like you just need to it would have been better if you kind of like instead of charging for the additional stuff, is y'all should have treated it like doing what y'all were normally doing, or maybe do a season pass or something like that to guarantee it. Because right now, when you get one pass like this for $40, like, you're telling me that any other pass that comes out during this time is going to be that around that range is freaking insane.
Right.
And it hurts because like the game has so much opportunity, has a chance to be something that be a very strong game, but y'all are really shooting yourselves in the foot. How Square did this. So I mean, it's a damn shame, but yeah, I'm not putting any more money in on it. There's no way I'm going to put that much money on it.
I can't do it. Like, I'd love to go ahead and do some new stuff and play around with the new stuff, but like, I can't justify that price tag, especially knowing that I'm just going to get back to a point where I'm at right now, where I don't even think I have the game installed. Because it's like, well, what's the point, dude? There was major, not only that, dude, but like even like the co-op and like joining with other people, dude. Like that thing was a pain for months. It's still kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like that, like it was just all around. Like it was just like, oh man, I don't know why or how, but I think this is not going to go well for them. They're going to see it in the numbers, and they might have brought some people back, but I don't think people are as easily fooled as they think they are.
I don't think they scammed people from the original release, because like the thing was okay, because like the game, like I said, was solid. It was a good game. It did have its problems. Don't get me wrong. Especially the big problem was the bottlenecking on the networking thing, and then like how people weren't able to see each other on the network on the IDs. But once they kind of figured that, and then they were playing with multiplayer, it was all right, but it wasn't like the game was like the next biggest thing, because the next problem was they didn't have an identity for this game, because they said it was a game as a service. So we didn't know what to expect once you hit end game, like how or what was going to happen. Then once they do these weird patches and stuff, and then they were changing and nerfing guns and stuff, then it was like, okay, here you go. So I wouldn't really call it a scam. I think I got my money's worth, to be honest with you, for the game that I played back in the day last year. I'm not. I mean, it could have been better personally on it, but still, it wasn't like Anthem. When you bought Anthem and then you were just disappointed when you were playing it, you're just like, wow, this game is just, ugh. You know, it's just like, it was like, you tried you played the story mode. The story mode wasn't satisfying. You tried the other modes were not satisfying. It didn't feel complete in any way. Yeah, that is what I would understand towards it. But this one didn't give me those vibes. The only thing that gave me the vibes was the end game. Like once you hit end game, it was just it was a grind just to get this stuff. And you remember how hard it was to get legendary items originally? Like it was a pain to get legendary items and stuff. So like and stuff. So it was like the first. It was still an enjoyable experience in my opinion.
Again, they shouldn't have done that. Like the whole end game stuff, they should have then had a wrapped up story and then left it at that. Why put the other stuff after you get through the campaign? Then you can do these things. It's like you're starting to step into other territories when you're building out a game like that, to where it's like, oh yeah, it continues. You can continue doing things and get more legendaries and stuff like that. It's like, if you're gonna go that route, then you better have it fully built out and have more than just, here's 4 dungeons that you can do, or here's 6 dungeons that you can do, and you go through it and get the stuff, and then there's no like rotators, different modes, any of that stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean,
I've never played with a full squad. Well, like I did play with a full squad in Outriders. I don't know if Don is referring to Anthem or Outriders, but like even not with a full squad in Outriders, it was great. Like I didn't mind. I just having playing with someone else, let alone playing with someone that you knew. It was still fun to take out some of the swords.
I loved. No, yeah. I played the whole thing. I know Dustin and I went through majority of the thing together, and I played with some other people as well. So it's like, I mean, this game plays great. It's a ton of fun. You just get to a point where it's like, all right, man, like, what's the point of this other thing? You know what I mean? Like, because you're building it out like there's going to be more, and there should be more, and you've got all these extra guns that I can get, but you've given me no variety of activities to get this and acquire this loot. I just have to run this boring ass run or this boring ass loop that does not include much variety at all. It's just it's weird, man. Like, again, like I said, like this struggles from an identity crisis, and it doesn't seem like they got it.
Or you try to get that one piece of gear at the end game, but like it just will not drop for you for your life. It's like it drove.
Even then, like, it was like, what's the point though?
The hell out of
you can burn through the same dungeons or the same things with even faster now. Like I don't know. It doesn't seem, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Yeah. Weird.
Well, legendaries now are not a problem, Donk. I'm talking about time trials at the hardest difficulties back when the time when you had to beat that sucker in 15 minutes, and it scales with it scaled originally when you with more people that you had. So like and there was those small tricks that you could do, like, you know, like you didn't have to fight the second, like when you go down the elevator, you can just go wait till the elevator turns green to go back in the elevator to skip that whole fight and stuff. It's like all these different kinds of things to speed it up, but like sometimes it just got annoying. Like I'm just saying before, like I'm talking before people during that time, it was still a bit of a challenge when it came to that. Now it doesn't even matter. I mean, like, before people, it's like it's actually going to it's going to be even faster now because they took all that time crap out.
Yeah, for the most part, I was squatted up, even if it was just like LFG randos, which good luck, you know, the server was either solid or it was a mess. But yeah, that's like for the most part, I never ran and stuff like solo or anything like that. I would run it with either people I knew or run it via the matchmaking. But so not worth $40 in my opinion. This is a hard hold. If anybody was thinking about getting this, save your money. It's gonna, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm just a wait and see.
I would say don't save your money for this and use that same money for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
There it is.
And for Cuphead DLC, you'll be good. That's that's $27 right there.
I ain't gonna waste my money on Cuphead.
How dare you?
Did you watch the show?
Cuphead? Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like
all right. My daughter did.
Did she like it?
I don't know. She doesn't talk about it, so it must not have been top of mind. I don't know.
You ever want to watch a good cartoon show? Tell her to watch Young Justice.
We're watching. We're going through My Hero right now.
Oh, My Hero, nice.
Yeah, that's fun.
I
I'm loving it.
Oh, I know that's definitely up your alley. You love that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I do.
Folks, thank you for listening to episode number 138 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back next week, hopefully with the full crew. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is okay. We release it on all podcast services at the beginning of each and every week in the Monday morning. So there's absolutely no reason to not miss out on all sexy voices.
Ooh.
Yeah, thanks for checking in with us, and we'll be back again with some more. Y'all have a safe 4th of July weekend. There's no episode of the CFG of Pop Culture Gems this week, but they will be next week, so we'll see how good that goes. But guys, definitely thank you for stopping by. So once again, this is Smitty and Davis signing off. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.